Hello, everyone. You are welcome once again to today's lesson. And in today's lesson, we are going to look at the solution to the assignment that was given in the previous lesson, the lesson on plane geometry 1. Okay, so the assignment is exactly what you have on your screens. We were asked to find the values of alpha, beta, and gamma, okay, from this diagram that we have here. So I have the solution here. I'm going to walk you through the solution and your submissions that you sent to me. Okay, I have the major concerns, in fact, almost all the concerns, if not all, okay, in my head, and I'll address them as I walk you through the solution. Okay, so the first major concern, and I wasn't expecting anyone, okay, to fall short of this, was, remember I told you, anytime you read question, okay, and it's geometry question, check whether you can present your solution without reproducing the diagram. And by that, it means you can avoid introduction of lines, which usually you do so by using broken lines. You can avoid introduction of vertices, okay, and introduction of angles. And obviously, we can find alpha, beta, and gamma without introducing any of these things. Okay, so now that we know we can avoid, the first thing that we write is solution. Immediately you take your pen, you read the question, underline the salient part, if any. If you want to give us your solution, let us know that what you are writing is a solution. So the first thing that you write is solution, which, okay, I should say, if I'm not exaggerating, most of you, okay, I think I might be, okay, some of you, okay, some of you ignored. Quite a number of you, let me put it that way, they didn't start your presentation with solution. Meanwhile, I've told you. Okay, so that we know that this is the question, what you have here is the solution, especially those who write the question. Even if you don't write the question and you are presenting the solution to us, please start with solution. Then after that, remember, for every plane geometry question, or I should say, yes, usually you will have a lot of ways or more than one way of dealing with it. Okay, however, there will always be one ideal way to handle, okay, the question. So if you look at this, I've told you any diagram that you are given, try to see if you have some special properties concerning all the figures that we have, what do you call it, learned so far. And if you look at this figure, you can see power lines. So it means the question probably wants you to use properties of power lines. You can equally see a triangle. It means the question probably wants you to use angle properties of triangles. Okay, so if you have all these things at your fingertips, okay, or properties concerning power lines, triangles, okay, at your fingertips, then you are so good to go. So with this one, okay, I think this one, okay, you can see, because you have a power line, this line is parallel to this, okay, this becomes a transversal. And once this is a transversal, this angle here, okay, and this angle here will be corresponding angles. Do you agree? Are they going to be corresponding angles? Okay, so if you are saying that these two angles are corresponding angles, then we can confidently say, okay, that what we have here, remember corresponding angle, let me quickly say this. If you are talking about corresponding angles, okay, if this is parallel to that, okay, so there should be angles located above, okay, or below. Okay, so check whether you have that picture over there. Okay, because this diagram is, so it's like, in any case, they are corresponding angle. I believe you agree with me. So it means the alpha here will be equal to 65 degrees. It means this because we know that corresponding angles are equal. So you come and put in bracket your reason and just write corresponding angles. Please don't write are equal. Are equal is exactly the statement that you have here. Okay, I advised you severally in the previous, but some of you are still writing that. Maybe you've been doing that consistently and it's part of you, but consciously learn to do the right thing. You save time, it's not necessary. I've told you, when you state the relation, whatever you are going to write here shouldn't involve any relation. Okay, so your reason shouldn't involve any relation. Then if you come to beta, if you want to get beta, you can see that the beta, the angle here, because this line and this line is parallel, this becomes a transversal. So the angle here representing beta and this angle here, okay, should, okay, be the same because they are alternate angles. Please, not alternating angles or alternating angle. Okay, if you use alternate, issue is not alternate angle, it's alternate angles because it will be two or more angles that will alternate. Okay, so it should be angles. Take note. So those of you who didn't write the angles, I underline that. So you just write alternate angles, and alternate angles, what is the property? The property is that they are equal. So you don't write they are equal. Just write they are equal. That's why you are writing beta is equal to 80 degrees. So just write alternate angles. Then after that, okay, we can find gamma, by considering this triangle, because this triangle, gamma is one of the interior angles. So if you sum these three, okay, angles here, it should give us 180. And what is the reason? The reason being that we are dealing with angles in a triangle. And don't write sum up to 180. Sum up to 180 is what you've stated here. So please, those of you who are still doing that, let this be the last time you, okay, make that error. Okay, now at this point, what do? You are looking for alpha, so you come and solve for alpha. Okay, so you sum these two, which will give you this. And whenever you are writing values, okay, don't forget to indicate your degrees on the values. Very critical. If you don't, I will put an exclamation mark or caution mark in your presentation just to draw your attention to that. So then we get gamma plus 145 degrees is equal to 180, and you can move. So you can choose not to write 180 minus 145. Okay, you can straight away subtract that mentally and write the value there. Okay, at that point, okay, you come and draw your conclusion, which most of you, okay, quite a number of you failed to. Okay, somebody could have drawn the conclusion here for each of them after finding them. So I could have drawn my conclusion here, therefore, alpha is equal to the therefore here. And with this one, I have to do some things before I get my answer. So therefore, then my therefore will be here. In this case, I have drawn my conclusion separately with the alpha, beta, and gamma. However, because the question asks us to find, okay, the three together, it is more appropriate to draw your conclusion together, just as I've done here. But that's not to say that if you separate your conclusions, we will mark you down. Okay, so those who fail to conclude, take notes. I've told you for every question, your conclusion must be, okay, the last statement that you write. Okay, then again, some of you equally, from one step, you are dealing with the same question. So once it's the same question, every line must be used. You don't leave any spaces between your steps, because you are not moving from a sub-question number to another sub-question number. You don't have any sub-question numbers. Okay, and another major error, okay, and that one, immediately you do it, you've lost all your marks. If the questions are not numbered, never, and I repeat, never number your solutions. And you can see that here, this question didn't come with any number, so I didn't number. So don't come and write I when you are finding alpha, I, beta, I, gamma, I. No, the question didn't give you I, and I. You avoid introducing your own numbers. Let this be the last time you do that. Next time, if I see it, it will be M0, A0. You've lost your mark, because I've told you, learn to number your solutions precisely, meaning accordingly and appropriately. If the question didn't come with any question numbers, your solution shouldn't have any solution numbers. If it comes with question numbers, then you number precisely. If it's question 1, you number question 1, question 2, question 1A. So all the question numbers should be there. If you don't see any question number, no question number should be there. However, this is not the only way. Okay, some of you use, once you found the value of alpha and beta, you use angles on a straight line to find this. That's okay. It is allowed. In the same way, okay, someone can also take this angle here and this angle, okay, as co-interior angles, because this power line, this and this are power lines. So this becomes, okay, transversal. So in this case, this angle and this angle, they are co-interior angles. And once they are co-interior angles, they should add up to 180. And because you know beta, you can find alpha. Okay, so it will be 65 degrees plus alpha plus beta should be equal to 180 degrees. And what do you write? You write in brackets co-interior angles. And we know that co-interior angles should sum up to 180. And that's the relation that you wrote before writing your reason in brackets. Then you are good to go. So like I said, you have a number of ways of dealing with it, but there will always be one ideal way to deal with it. And this is supposed to be the ideal presentation. So on this note, thank you very much. Take note of your mistakes and make sure it doesn't happen again. You don't repeat those mistakes. Okay, that is the only way you can, okay, convince yourself that you are improving and you are learning. Okay, so God bless us all.